Did you know that the times in your life that seem at those moments to be the most frustrating moments, God is still with you, but not only is God still with you, He can use those moments and will use those moments if you'll allow Him to be great blessings in your life. And many times when you go through a time that is difficult or frustrating or challenging and you really don't understand what the purpose of that experience is in your life, if you will look back later through the lens of prayer and expectation to find God's love and presence in your life, you will see His hand taking care of you and providing for you. Here's an example. My mother and father-in-law recently moved to Kingsport, Tennessee. Just get on I-26 here in Spartanburg and go as far as you can. And when you get off I-26, that's where they live, in Kingsport, Tennessee. And the second time I went to visit them, I was getting off of the exit. My family was already there. I couldn't remember quite how to get to their house from the exit on the interstate. I knew that it was not very far, but couldn't remember whether you turned right or left off of the exit, to be honest. And so I pulled off the exit, and it just felt correct to go right. So I went right, and I drove, and I drove, and I drove. And I kept waiting for that familiar feeling to notice a landmark or something that would indicate to me that I was in the right spot and I would remember where I was and get to their house. Well, that moment never came. I was going in the wrong direction. And the way that I really knew that I was going in the wrong direction was that just around a curve, there was this great, big, huge hospital. And I thought, I have never seen that hospital before. I know that I'm going in the wrong direction. So I turned around. They were expecting me at a certain time. I was obviously not going to get there at the time that I told them I was going to be there. And I was already pushing it in the first place, but then I took a wrong turn, so I was frustrated. And I had driven a good 10 minutes out of the way, so that's 20 minutes back to the place where I started when I got off of the interstate. So I was frustrated. And when I got to their house, we were packing up. I had actually driven up there to pick up my wife and the kids and bring them back. So we loaded up the van. And just before we got in the van to head back home, my son had an accident. He was chasing a ball and ran into a pole and hit his head and got a cut. And it was a really bad cut. You know, head injuries will bleed pretty seriously, and so he was bleeding, and it was scary. And we jumped in the van. I was holding a towel over him, and my wife was going to drive, and we headed down the driveway. This was an area we were unfamiliar with, and she said, "I don't even know where a hospital is." And at that moment, the vision, the image of that hospital that I had seen popped into my mind. And I said, I know exactly where a hospital is. And so we went straight to that hospital. And I realized on the way there that evening that God had provided for me. I was frustrated, thinking it was just a mistake. Sometimes you will make decisions and take turns in life that you feel are just mistakes, and that there's no way they can be used for good. There's no way that you can see that good can come from the wrong turn that you took in life. But if you will allow God and look for His hand and look for His heart, you'll see that God is with you at every turn, and that He will provide for you and care for you, and He will always lead you to the place you need to be, even in the moments when you feel like you're lost. We just need to turn to Him. We just need to watch for Him, and we just need to trust Him.